A little bit about the LFAI Foundation. So as Howard mentioned, the LFAI Foundation is the oldest running AI foundation. It also has a lot of modern projects, which I'll talk a bit about, but cover the full range of the AI stack and allow you to do things in an open way where you're not locked into specific vendors. We have over 50 different open source projects that are part of the foundation. 10,000 community members, 30 premier and general members. You don't need to be a paid member of the LFAI to participate in our communities. So you can join the Slack channel, you can comment and participate in different groups which are going on. So it's a great resource as well for you to get involved and kind of be part of the open source ecosystem. And over 100 million downloads of different projects which are part of LFAI. So a very rich and vibrant ecosystem. Now, to highlight some of the big achievements and some of the projects which make up the LFAI. So Dockling, which is one of our projects from IBM and does document analysis of AI documents, was recognized as a top 500 GitHub repo. So amazing project, and that gets a lot of traction and is used in most AI pipelines which involve ingestion of documents. Kedro, PyPy, and we have one of the Kedro maintainers here who's going to talk a bit more about it, but 7.2 million plus downloads in 2025, so a very up-and-coming rocket ship project. IRE has 3.1 releases. OK, well, 6-week cadence of releases coming out. Milvus is the world's #1 adopted vector database. So I'm sure you're aware of Milvus, and you might even use that for some of your vector database requirements. And over 100 million models in the ONCS downloads. And then Dockling emerged as a core document ingestion layer for enterprise AI pipelines. BAI is an agent stack featuring deep learning AI courses alongside Google A2A. IRE enabled heterogeneous CPU, GPU, NPU execution on NXP edge hardware. Kedra is now powering agentic Gen AI workflows with LangChain and LLM context node. See, it's as hard for me to read it as it is for you. And Samsung Galaxy Book 6 ships NN Trainer as its on-device LLM runtime. So we have a lot of exciting things happening with our projects now. If you look across the entire stack, we basically cover all the way from the top, so data and storage with Delta Lake and Milvus, down to document ingestion. So as I mentioned, Dockling is one of the most popular pipelines for doing document ingestion. NN Trainer and Onyx are ML training and on-device. Inference and compilation, you can use ONCS and IRE. Orchestration, Kedro and Flight. And then for your application, BAI is an agent stack which you can use to orchestrate your application. So basically all the way from data and storage through to agents and applications, we have a full gamut of different projects which accomplish that and allow you to build end-to-end fully open source applications. We'll talk a bit about open source models as well in our panel. And one of the other things we have is we have a model openness framework, which is a way of telling how open, engaging, how open models are from different vendors. So you can understand where they're coming from and what the risk you're putting your organization at by using proprietary models is. OK, and then a bit about how to join the LFAI, and then I'm going to turn it over to our first presenter, Ming, in just a minute. OK, so if you want to join the LFAI, you can influence by steering the roadmap and technical directions of 50 different projects. Collaborate with us. So we have over 10K engineers and innovators building solutions with us. Help us accelerate by building on top of vendor-neutral foundations with integrations. And then you're building trust by associating yourself with a foundation, which is enterprise-grade, building open source solutions. And if you're interested to get involved, you can scan the QR code. That'll take you to the join site. And as community members, I'd also recommend joining our Slack, which is very active, and that's where a lot of the project discussions and work happen. All right, so any questions before we get started about the Linux Foundation? And why don't you come up, Ming, and start setting up while I field any questions. So, I mean, we are in the AI age. The question is if there's a hole we need to fill in the AI stack. And the answer is every 3 months, the whole landscape changes. And there's a new set of interesting projects or research, or like this year, it was all about personal agents. So we're always looking to accept and add new projects to the pipeline. One of the areas I think which is interesting that we need more projects in is the agentic memory space. So I was chatting with one of the guys, actually from Netflix, Tejas Chopra, and he was interested. He has a new agentic memory framework he's interested to contribute, so that might be a good project. So there, to answer the question, we have a technical oversight committee which looks at new projects and is constantly adding new projects to the portfolio. And if you have something interesting with your company or something you're working on that might be a good fit for LFAI, that's a great community to kind of bounce it off of and see what stage you're at and whether it's a good fit to be a project.